Members of the Omega Psi Phi fraternity, officers who graduated Dallas Police Academy with Officer Burks, as well as community members and leaders, joined together tonight to honor him. Candles were lit in front of the Oak Cliff Community Center where he was shot. Our coverage continues with Stephen Dial live tonight in Oak Cliff. Stephen.
24 hours ago in this very parking lot is where Officer Burks' life was taken. He was shot and killed, and now tonight hundreds of people from the community, his fraternity, and his brothers in blue all came to honor his life.
Class 392, dedicated, motivated, serving in blue.
In the very parking lot where Dallas police officer Darron Burks was shot and killed, a DPD sergeant played a recording he sent her while he was in the police academy. Officer Burks graduated from the academy last December in Class 392. Fellow graduates in black T-shirts labeled Class 392 were at Friday's vigil in a show of support.
A couple of us helped him get on. He decided a couple of years at homecoming that he wanted to get on, and we made some phone calls. He finally got the process started. And then when you get there and you just think about, okay, this guy, he's the one that could have moved up in the chain of command. He's the one that could have made a big difference with the department and the community.
Officer Burks is a product of Dallas County. He graduated from Lake Highlands High School in 1998. He then attended Paul Quinn College, where he pledged Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
They asked who will be our chapter chaplain, and it was Burks. Burks is the one that would be standing here and speaking about someone that's going on in our chapter or in the fraternity. He would be the one that would have prayed. He would have been the one that would have showcased the best of what Omega is. He would have been the one that if you needed something at any point in time, he would be the one that you could come to.
His fraternity brothers hosted a vigil in the Fort Oak Cliff Community Center parking lot. City leaders were among those in attendance.
That they wake up every morning committed to serving this city. They make a commitment.
Those who spoke said he was a friend to everyone. Before becoming an officer, he spent more than 16 years in education, teaching math and coaching basketball at Texans Can Academy in Dallas.
If Burks touched you in any kind of way, hold on to those memories, because he wouldn't want you crying. As Thomas already said, he would be out here setting the hop out right now. He would be making you laugh, making you smile. He was just that bubbly person, not a down person. Everything was so positive.
With gold fraternity boots, an Omega hat, and flowers, surrounded by members of his police brotherhood and community, those who loved him said so long, but not goodbye.
Now, there were, among that crowd, there were officers from other police departments here to show their support, just a huge pouring of support here in the very place where he lost his life.